You're welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Whenever you're speaking of President Tinubu, you have to add Chairperson of the MSG Heads of State General Assembly. And when you're speaking about Honorable Minister Dr. Dela Lake, you always have to add Chairperson of the MSG Council of Ministers, because today we are gathered here as One Africa. And One Africa is led by Nigeria as the first chairperson of the Africa Mineral Strategy Group. I was hoping for a bigger round of applause. The Honorable Minister of Steel, the Chair of the Senate, and the Chair of the House Committee, we celebrate you because you have added money on the solid minerals budget. We hope that you'll double it in the coming year. Honorable Minister Losuba Loduru Wongo, the Minister of Mining of South Sudan. Honorable Ali Hassan Joho, who is represented, the Cabinet Secretary, Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs. The Honorable Tingban, Minister of Mines and Energy of Liberia, was ably represented. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I was accompanied, Your Excellency, by a team from the MSG Secretariat, starting with Her Excellency, the spouse of the Secretary General, and the Chief of Staff, who have accompanied me to this important occasion. I was also accompanied by our strategic partners, the CEO of Excalibur Smart Mapping, who happens to be a sponsor, the CEO of Energy Capital and Power, and the Director of African Mining Week. I believe they are somewhere here in this audience. Good morning. Good morning. It seems you have not eaten pepper soup, because that thing is hot. You would actually be much more lively today. So good morning, everyone. It gives me great honor and privilege to speak to you and bring a goodwill message on behalf of the members of the African Mineral Strategy Group who are here with us and those who are joining with us virtually. Allow me to begin with a simple African story. Across many parts of our continent, we have a tree called the baobab tree. Children play beneath it. People who are moving by the road get shelter around it. Entire communities depend on the baobab tree. The baobab does not grow because of one root. It grows, and the strength of it, which is admired above the ground, is made possible because of thousands of roots beneath the surface. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Africa today stands much like the baobab tree. Above the surface, the world is so amazed by the immense mineral wealth that we have. It sees our energy resources. It sees our strategic importance to the global economy due to the critical demand for the minerals that we have on our continent. But the true strength of Africa lies not what is beneath our soil, but it comes from the connections between our people and our nations. The AFNIS theme of One Africa, One Resource Vision clearly demonstrates that Africa is stronger together. Africa's people and nations are connected together. The partnerships we forge, the institutions we develop, the future of Africa's natural resources can therefore not be built upon fragmentation, because as has clearly been demonstrated this morning, no single country possesses all the resources that are required for industrial transformation. We know that no single country possesses the capital it needs to be able to unlock the true potential of its own, but also as well as our continent. But collectively, Africa possesses everything required to become one of the most defining economic powers of the 21st century. That is why our theme today, One Africa, One Resource Vision, is so timely, because the future belongs to the nations and regions that cooperate, integrate, and build together. Today, the global race for critical minerals is accelerating. We all know that the demand for copper, lithium, graphite, rare earth, and other strategic minerals continues not just to rise, but to explode. At the same time, the demand for energy security, industrial resilience, and sustainable development is reshaping global markets. For Africa, this presents a unique opportunity. But we all know that opportunity alone is not enough. History teaches us that resources do not automatically create prosperity. Vision creates prosperity, partnerships create prosperity, and institutions create prosperity. Our task, therefore, when we're gathered here on this auspicious occasion, is to build industries, not merely to export resources, but to export value. Not merely to participate in global supply chains, but to be able to shape them. Not merely to attract investment, but to direct investment towards Africa's long-term development priorities. This summit, therefore, brings together an extraordinary coalition of leaders from government, industry, finance, and development institutions, and that is what Africa precisely needs. Because the challenges before us are too large for governments alone, too large for industry alone, too large for financials alone. The future we seek requires collective action. It requires continental alliance, an alliance built on trust, an alliance built on shared interests, an alliance built on the understanding that Africa's prosperity is interconnected. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here in Abuja, let us remember that future generations will not judge us by the quantity of the minerals we have beneath Nigerian soil. They will not judge us by the quantity of minerals we have beneath African soil. They will simply judge us by whether we transformed those resources into wealth and into prosperity, into jobs, into industry, into infrastructure, into knowledge, into opportunity, into dignity for our people. Therefore, the decisions we make here today will determine whether Africa remains a supplier of raw materials or emerges as a leader in value addition, industrialization, and economic transformation. I believe we stand at a moment of immense possibility, a moment that demands courage, a moment that demands partnerships, a moment that demands leadership. Let this summit be remembered not simply as another conference in Nigeria. We enjoyed the best Nigerian food. Let it be remembered as another step towards building the Africa we all seek. an Africa that is integrated, an Africa that is industrialized, and most importantly, an Africa that is prosperous. Allow me conclude with an African proverb. It says, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. But the second best time is now. The future we seek cannot wait. The time to build is now. The time to partner is now. The time to transform Africa's resource wealth into shared prosperity is now. I therefore wish all of you gathered here and those joining us virtually productive deliberations and a very successful AFNIS 2026. Thank you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Africa, and God bless you all. Thank you.